San Francisco social strike is challenging Muni's new 25-cent fare increase, which went into effect today. A small grassroots group called the social strike and is asking Muni riders to refuse to pay and for drivers not to collect the new fares, claiming Muni's low-income and working-class patrons shouldn't bear the burden for the transit system's poor budget management. KPFA's Christina Onestad reports.
Standing at 16th and Mission Streets in San Francisco, organizers of the Muni social strike handed out flyers and mock transfers encouraging Muni patrons to refuse to pay and drivers not to collect the newly increased Muni fare until the fare hike is recalled and services restored. The fare increase and Muni service cuts are the result of a $57 million Muni budget deficit. Dave Carr is a supporter of the Muni social strike. He says San Francisco businesses should foot the bill.
I see it as symptomatic of the same thing. It's like they cut our schools, they cut the budget for schools, they raise our tuitions, and now they're cutting Muni and raising our fare, just like they did 2-3 years ago. And a quarter more didn't solve the problem then. It's not going to solve the problem now. The problem is that the downtown businesses aren't paying their fair share of tax for infrastructure, and I think the rich should pay for the infrastructure of the city because the infrastructure of the city functions so that they can continue to make their profits in this system.
Muni's 25-cent fare hike is the second fare increase in the past 2 years. Disabled and youth face a fare increase from 35 cents to 50 cents, the first in 12 years. Maggie Lynch is a spokesperson for Muni. She denied to answer if Muni had proposed a business tax increase to fill in the deficit. Lynch says Muni has spread out the cost of covering Muni's deficit across the board.
Either way you look at it, this money has to come from somewhere. Taxes come out of people's pockets. So it sounds to me as though you're suggesting that this burden be placed on the shoulders in a single area. And what we have worked to maintain is a shared solution. It sounds like you don't know your job, like you don't do any research before you call people. Christina, I got to tell you, I'm really kind of frustrated by the fact that you're asking me questions about a budget that has been public for 7 months.
Okay, so I got to find the story today.
Okay, but, you know, like I said, if you look.
In its proposed budget, Muni did not propose an increase in business taxes, instead supporting a 25-cent fare hike. In fact, say rider activists, most of the methods to close Muni's $57 million deficit force riders and residents of San Francisco to foot the bill. Muni has kept the monthly Fast Pass at the standard $45 rate and now offers a discount month pass to low-income families. Services in over 40 bus lines are slowly being phased out. Some Muni riders expressed their opinions on the increase and service cuts.
Well, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. We're on 16th and Mission, low income. I mean, I'm in transitional housing. I'm on welfare. So I have just enough to get by, and then let alone on gas and transportation. It's ridiculus.
They laid off workers, and then they want to up the fare.
What do you think about that?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Are you participating in the fare strike?
I'm paying my fare. I can't help but pay my share.
It's not right. It shouldn't raise up the fare to another quarter for the people because some of these people can't afford that extra quarter. You know.
Muni riders refusing to pay the new fare can be cited a $113 ticket for not paying the $1.50 fare. Social strike organizers recalled the successful fare strikes held in Los Angeles, Chicago, parts of Europe, and Nicaragua. They say they will keep the heat on Muni management to revoke service cuts and fare hikes. Reporting for KPFA in San Francisco, I am Christina Onestad.